Hello. Last second, I remembered something I wanted to do for this stream, and I needed to get it ready, and I didn't get it ready. Well, Cest Lavai. Hello, Megaleech. Hello, Lee. Yes. In fact, Megaleech know what I'm talking about because it's something we've been talking about in chat for a day or so. A fun little adventure. But I'm going to leave that hanging in the air because I want to have a discussion when there's more people here, particularly more regulars who will understand. I want to explain a situation to people, and Toby, how you doing? Megaleech, I think my plan is, assuming said person isn't actually here because he's not all the time, I think I'll do some roundabout descriptions and see if any regulars can work out who I'm talking about, because they may or may not. But basically, found out something kind of funny about one of these really weird, freaky, obsessed troll types who are obsessed with me. Choking on Ashes, hello, how are you? Megaleech, you wouldn't name names? Oh, but if he shows up, I'm blocking him. The only question is, do I tell him before I do it? And I want to. Your idea of showing him the thing. Now, why isn't that? Oh, man, I should have set this up before I started because now I don't know what to do. But anyway, there's a thing until they show up. Yeah. Oh, good. You know, it's a new week. What are we? Tuesday night now? Megaleech, you're interested in the reaction. Otokonash, it's just a fun thing. This has sort of spun off from a chat the other night. Metal Maniac Matt said, hey, I found another person who's obsessed with you. It's really funny. And I normally ignore that, but it was like one of their videos. I thought, what's this? And they actually let slip who they are. Like, it's one of these, one typical of these trolls is they're fucking cowards and won't show their face. And this person has been regularly coming into the chats and generally being quite strange, and once or twice being overtly trollish when I've told them to calm the fuck down or they're getting fucked off. And this whole time, they've been obsessively making videos about me, and I didn't know. Hey, and Abigail and Chris, hello. May the 4th be with you, or as the Mandalorian would say, this is the May. Yeah, Megaleech, it was attempting to bait me, and it was so childish and amateurish, I never fell for it. Hello, Shieldsy. But yes, this fool accidentally, and I only looked at this one video, they left a bit in when I used their username and said they were trolling. And in fact, what I said was they're a cunt and they need to stop being a cunt. And And so that's foolishly blown his cover. And now he was always really strange and weird. Nothing's happened tonight, Shieldsy. And Choking on Ashes, they are in most streams. And if they show up, I'm blocking them. Just if I tell them why, because I worked it out. Yes, Megalich, you called it out a year ago. You actually, you mentioned that he was obviously full of shit, and yes, he was obviously always full of shit. He always says weird things, weird, fantastical, obviously not true things, and he's always been trying to get me to say something, controversial. And the bait's been so obvious, I've never gone for it. And hello, Kirsten, too, by the way. So, yeah, this was... it just came out of Metal Maniac Matt saying, hey, there's another one of these idiots who's obsessed with you. And, and then when I saw this little bit of video of me saying his username in the stream, I went, oh, the final piece of the puzzle. Because there was always something fucking weird going on with this dude. And I have actually warned them multiple times. And they skated on the edge a couple of times. But I wondered either... it's one of those things where someone's saying stuff that's obviously not true. And it's like, if are they trying to trick other people, or are they actually delusional? You never really know. Yes, yeah, Megaleech, and the thing that you said at the time, I said, oh no, what he's saying is obviously not true. I just I just humor him. But he's a fucking weirdo. Like, again, not well, as far as I can tell. And no, I'm not going to tell you the name until he shows up, unless I do tell you that. Well, to make sure... See, I know I have blocked multiple accounts where someone was being stupid. They had false names on them. Regulars might remember one or two streams when... really obviously fake accounts with the display name Isaac Butterfield or Friendly Geordies came up, and it was incredibly obvious they were fake things, and I blocked them. And I also said, and because I knew who it was, and I said, I know who's doing that, and if you don't stop, I'm going to block the account you use all the time. And they stopped doing it. Well, mind you, I did actually block all the fake accounts too. And to make sure I block them properly, I actually need them to be here because they use fake display names all the time. So if I went and looked up the display name on YouTube, it could easily be the wrong person. Yes, so I'm creating an air of suspense, Choking on Ashes. It's just kind of fun. I'll probably eventually just say who it is. No, and so I don't know if anyone's going to guess who it is because they're not here now, because I'd be calling it, or at least they haven't popped up in, their name hasn't popped up in chat. So I'm letting go. But yeah, now it's like finding out what they were doing is the final piece in the puzzle, and they need to fuck off. I am going to block them. And again, given what this person does, which is just generate a stupid amount of fake accounts. Abigail, you watch the video where you say the username, you just forgot it. Yeah, because we were talking about this on the stream the other night. Metal Maniac Matt said, hey, guess what I found? By the way, look, I needed a few more lights, and I got some colored ones there, and I've just kind of hastily hung the. Maybe I should put my other fairy lights on and see how they go together. Kirsten, that's always been the funniest thing to me. These people are wasting their time making accounts. Like when it takes me, a second to hit block. And I've had it heaps of times. It's very weird. All right, so I'm going to undo the white fairy lights. Got the whites and the colors. Oops, that's sounding political. All right. Oh, wait, no, I need to plug it in too. It won't work if I don't plug it in. God damn it. Sorry, you're going to have to excuse me for just a second. I just got to get the plug. Hello. All right. Got me plug to plug the USB into. I'll just plug that in. All right. Okay. Now. Well, they look like together. If I go... Yeah, I need to fix up those colored ones a bit, straighten them out. But they look okay together. That's cool. Yeah, Shieldy, they're hiding under a troll bridge. Choking on Ashes. It's not so much that I immediately see as the same person, but what has happened repeatedly in the past when someone's been a troll and I go, I'm not wasting any time on you. I just block them. They then show up multiple times with different accounts. Sometimes they have actually specifically made them for me because it mentions me in the username, and it's really fucking weird. It's really fucking weird. Oh, yes, Megaleech, that's the other thing. This weirdo comments on his own videos with these fake accounts, which is not actually that unusual a thing to do. 1111, Choking on Ashes. There was a song. Every time you say that, it reminds me, for those familiar with the Young Ones, the 80s comedy series on the BBC, they'd have a musical act in each episode. And one was an act that certainly never got any fame here. I don't even remember what they're called. But the song was 11 plus 11. And I always think of that when you say that, which I like. So that's good. Yeah, so I've had a similar thing over time. And the funny thing is, even because this particular fucking idiot, I know I blocked them under false names because they were setting up screen names that looked like YouTube accounts I knew, and I blocked them. And they came in with one that was the name of a YouTube channel I knew from years ago, and not a big name person, but he was someone I interacted with. He subscribed to my channels. He actually did like a musical remix of one of my videos, which was actually quite good. But then he did something, and I don't remember exactly what, but it would have been being homophobic, misogynist, racist, one or all of those. And I basically said, fuck off. And he wouldn't stop. So I blocked him. And at the time, he majorly lost his shit. Actually, it was one of two things. He was one of two things. He was either one of those. There was another person I remember who in a live stream thought he was arguing on my side, but he was being super fucking aggro at someone and basically spamming the chat. And I said to both of them, both of you stop now or I'll block you. I don't give a shit. And the guy who was actually saying the troll stuff stopped. And I basically said to him, you don't get another warning. But the other guy said, don't tell me what to do. I'm on your side. And I went, dude, I've told you, fucking stop it. And then he went really spack. And I just went, I'm not putting up with your shit. You're sitting here saying you're on my side and you're being a complete fucking asshole. Get the fuck out of town. And I blocked him and he fucking lost it. Like across a range of social media for a while, he was just going on and on and on and fucking lost it. Could be that guy. I'm trying to remember. Chris, good news. Canada should be allowing travelers soon. Were you vaccinated? Your state passed a law that bans all new gas cars by 2030. Both good news. Yes, Kirsten, it is exactly that person. And that person who's always trying to get me to say something extremely negative about Friendly Jordies. And I now know for sure what I suspected all along. He wanted to use it in a beat up. Like if I said something really aggressively against Friendly Jordies, he was going to put it in a video and try and whip up YouTube drama. He was just very, very, very obvious. And I never took the bait. So, hello, by the way. Google can see the same person comment does nothing. To a degree, YouTube will let you set up as many accounts as you want to. I've, over the years, I've set up at least 4 or 5 channels. I only use 2 of them now. But at one point I was using like 4 different channels at once. That was this one, the Less Angry Aussie channel, AZ's channel, AZ Code Grey, and the Mistress M channel. Oh, Metal Maniac, Matt's back. Guess what? Because you're the star of the show. No, it's not Matt, by the way. Matt tipped me off without or knowing it. Matt, my second cocktail channel, Angry Cocktails. But in the past, I had Less Angry Aussie and AZ's channel and Mistress M's channel, and one for YouTube events. I was one. But I have 2 active channels now. This one and my cocktail channel. Now, Matt, remember you told me about the deranged individual who was obsessed with me and Friendly Jordies? Well, he, I couldn't resist. I looked at the most recent one where he had a whinge about me because the framing of it was very weird. And I thought, what is he talking about? And in fact, I think he just makes himself look bad. He's trying to make me look bad and he just makes himself look bad because he just says weird shit that is not supported by what I'm actually saying on the video. But anyway, he slipped. And that channel, the guy who makes those videos is in the chat on these streams all the time. He hasn't popped up tonight yet. I'm going to block him when he does because he's a fucking idiot. And I think he's in a real not good place mental health-wise. And I don't need that shit. But yes, he left a bit in when I mentioned his screen name. Matt, that was you, of course, because you pointed him out to me. That video doesn't make any sense. He calls me a bully and says I'm losing my shit when I'm actually just calmly saying, stop being a cunt. If you don't stop being a cunt, you're gone. And then he's going, oh, why are you losing so much? I'm not losing it. I'm really calmly telling you, you're being a cunt, and I'm not going to put up with it. Stop being a cunt, or I'll kick you out. And he makes himself look really bad, in my opinion. But I thought that was the only one, because I looked, there was a whole bunch of shit, and he's obsessed with Friendly Geordies. And then I scrolled, and if you go back in time, I don't know, there's like multiple dozen videos where he obsesses over me. It's fucking weird, and I don't need that. So if he shows up, I'm probably just going to tell him that the game's up and block him. And hello, Annette. Hello. So that'll just be the minor bit of fun tonight. But yeah, that was really funny, Matt. When I looked, he blundered and left a bit in the video. Nothing tonight, Annette. I've just been explaining a scenario. He left a bit where I said his screen name, and which fucking puts the final piece of the puzzle in place for me about why this person's been acting so fucking weird for so long. And I'm going to block him when he shows up. Yes, Chris, it is absolutely, definitely sexual. It's an obsession, and it's sexual. Absolutely. I have no doubt. Yeah, Matt, that was really funny. Because this fucking weirdo has been trying to bait me and trying to get me to say something controversial for a very long time. And it was clearly to just do one of his stupid videos that no one watches and try and make some YouTube drama out of it. But he's just really, really, really fucking obvious. Yeah. Oh yeah, and Abigail, he's obviously. I don't know if it's love or purely sexual desire on his part, but yeah, he's going to get real worked up when I spurn his advance. Megaleech, don't mix him up with Celtic King. I suppose he does say it though. Yes. It's not Celtic King, by the way. It's not Celtic King. Yes, Megaleech, 2K subscribers, and they're probably all fake. Yes. Lee, that's interesting. You felt too obsessed with the Beatles and you wanted to get rid of stuff. Okay, fair enough. Toby, it could be both. It absolutely could be both, Toby. It might be love and sexual desire, but I'm clearly, okay, I'm taking the piss, clearly. But oh, yes, sorry, I should give an AIDS update. Yes, Abigail, he was a regular for ages. Yeah, choking on ashes, not Celtic King. Celtic King's just funny. Yes, that's okay. That's the difference, Megaleech. Celtic King loves that he loves. Well, he loves everyone. It's foolish if I say Celtic King loves me. Celtic King loves everyone. Celtic King loves that he loves me. This dude hates that he loves me. Oh no, Shieldsy, don't do anything. Like again, I'm absolutely serious on this. Not like these right-wing fuckheads who deliberately sick their hordes onto people and said, "Oh, but I said don't do that." I would really, really be unhappy with anyone who sort of went after this guy. It's not a good thing to do. Genuinely, don't want anyone to do that. I'm just going to block him. But I actually, to make sure I block the right one, because he sets up so many fake accounts, if I just search for the account on YouTube, I might block the wrong thing, but I need him to be in here so I can actually block him. It hasn't been here yet, which is all the regulars except him here, which is funny. So an AZ update though. Okay. Hecky deck, your mate in Illawarra is too drunk, send him to sleep. Okay. Either you're as bad a typist as me, or you might have had a few drinks too. I always mistype things. So, AZ update, because he did call me today. He is in hospital. He had the thing in his jaw that he was worried about seems to just be a cyst, which actually burst and was gross as expected. But he's got some other sort of bad thing on his legs that's due to bad circulation. Alexander, not hitting you with a bad hammer. It's not you. So yeah, AIDS is in hospital because he's got some gross things on his leg that is related to his various maladies, and there's got to be at least some sort of light surgery to cut these things out. I think they're like little abscesses or whatever, and there's potentially more significant surgery that could involve removing varicose veins and whatnot. So he is probably in hospital for at least a couple of days. But he did say, he sounded kind of bright. He said if he had everything organized and felt up to things, he may join a stream from the hospital. I haven't heard from him tonight, which means he's probably not tonight, but who knows? I might randomly get a text saying, hey, I'm ready now. So yeah, so AZ is in hospital. He's got to have at least minor surgery, probably possibly medium to significant surgery. Annette, I forget. He told me what hospital, but St. Vincent's, is that a hospital? But yes, he is Hector. Oh, nice. Okay, I'll try and remember. I'm super bad at remembering names, Hector, and so I always go off screen names. But I will try and remember. So yes, so AIDS, even if he stays in hospital for a while, he may join a stream from the hospital if he can organize it. Otherwise, it might be further down the line. But yeah, he's having his usual sort of cataclysmic health problems, falling over. Although apparently, because he's falling over, they x-rayed him all over and didn't find any broken bones, which both he and the medical staff were slightly surprised by. Apparently, I don't know, he might have had some hairline fractures, but they're expecting to find actual breaks all over him from falling over. But yeah. Oh, yes, Annette, if he has gross stories to tell, these things on his legs sound really fucking gross, actually. So he could probably be enticed to going into far too much detail about what these things are. Annette, yeah, actually, his most recent hospital stay was, I think, like the other side of the city to you, just near Carlton Gardens. I think that's St. Vincent's. I don't know. I'm having a mental block because I visited him there. Actually, I could look it up. But I'm not actually sure if he's there. He did tell me where he was. St. Vincent's Hospital, Melbourne. Where's that on the map? Jolimont. No, that's not right. Oh, no, it is. That's St. Vincent's private hospital. No, it's St. Vincent's Hospital. That's last time I visited him. That's just across from Carlton Gardens, like across the road from the Royal Exhibition Centre. I'm not sure that that's where he is. That's actually the last one he was in was St. Vincent's. Yes. So that may be where he is again. I'm not actually sure. If he contacts, we can ask. Yes. So man, I was sorry. Going back to, I don't want to obsess about this too much, but going back to this person who I'm going to block. Megaleech and I had sort of been chatting about it back and forth. And we thought the fun thing to do, because I was going to tee up the video to the exact bit where I say his screen name. And when he comes up, I just say, guess what, dickhead? You done fucked up. And I was... and then I'd hit play and say, and in other words, you need to fuck off. Yeah, Shieldsy. AZ does musical hospital. AZ's had a couple stays in Royal Melbourne, Annette. St. Vincent's was a new one for him. His last, might have been his last 2 hospital stays were in St. Vincent's. Yeah, Hector, you don't want to spam the chat, okay? No one likes that. That's when you get sent to the naughty chair. So, yes. So AZ's been... Megaleech, you think I'd have to include a few seconds before I say screen name for context? Yeah, which is just me calling him a cunt repeatedly. Oh, Toby, of course, I blocked Bearing and a couple thousand of his troll followers over the years, just because they're fucking boring. It's just got nothing off. Like, you can tell I don't want to be YouTube famous because the easy route for me, which I could have been doing years ago, would be going for the YouTube drama, like fighting with people on YouTube. So when all these various right-wing trolls have done attack videos on me, because that's what they do, I've just ignored them. I've a couple of times had fun, particularly with that fucking loser Bearing and his obsession with me. It's going like, okay, this is clearly sexual. And what can I say? I'm flattered, but I don't swing that way. So do the Homer Simpson quote. How did Homer do it when he thought Mr. Burns was hitting in for him? Sorry, Mr. Burns, but I don't go in for those backdoor shenanigans. Sure, I'm flattered, maybe even a little intrigued, but it's not going to happen. Yes, Annette, the YouTube drama channels are indeed pointless and toxic, and I want nothing to do with. And the other thing, YouTube thing, I just cannot bring myself to do is reaction stuff. There's just like, it's a huge thing. There are huge channels, people where they do reacting to stuff, and I'm just like, okay. And they're popular. They're popular, so people obviously want to see it. So they're not stupid for doing these things. It's, you know, you get an audience by reacting, and I'm just like, cool. Not my thing. No, I'm not going to do it. Not my thing. It's just weird as fuck. Invisible Chicken, hello. So yeah. So I just do YouTube for fun, because I can't be bothered to. Okay, actually, okay, Invisible Chicken. That's an excellent reason for watching reaction vids, because then you can be like with the people. It's like, because you can't have people to watch stuff with you. No, that's excellent. So it's kind of like why AD and I did those DVD commentary tracks. It's like, because, are you watching a movie on your own? Watch it with us. We'll hit play at the same time, and me and AD will now just talk shit through the whole movie for a very unauthorized commentary track. And at the reaction videos you enjoyed were secret camera ones where people had Game of Thrones parties, stuff like Red Wedding. Nice. And yes, Invisible Chicken, may the 4th be with you. Yeah, I mean, I lost count of the number of these trolls who did attack videos on me, and it was just like, sure, okay, whatever. Oh dear. So yep, king of randomness, Hector. Okay. Music Wave, you like doing the watch parties with friends and Skype Zoom in 2020? Nice. Am I drinking alcohol? Not at the moment, but I'm probably gonna have a drink. Oh, Abigail, you're gonna visit AZ tomorrow. Nice. Yeah, well, it's basically around the corner from your place. I have a whole bunch of clarified cocktails that I haven't drunkened. Shieldsy, yes, the drama channels are all about attention seeking, and they're just all blech. And like I said, that would have been an easy, simple way for me to get thousands and thousands of you on YouTube by just sort of leaning into the whole drama thing and ripping on people. I just had no interest in it. Matt, have I ever tried making my own booze? No. I've tried flavoring booze, like getting vodka and flavoring it with stuff. But I don't have any sort of fermenting gear or distilling gear. Although you can actually buy little stills. It's mildly tempting, but I just don't have the focus for it, I don't think. Invisible Chicken, find a good Star Wars based mocktail. Good plan. For me, it's the Star Wars drinks are all about the guy. God damn! Look who that is. Okay, so AZ wants to attempt to join us, so I will send him the link. This will just take a second. Don't know why I'm doing that. But there we go. Send that. Now, tell him I sent it. Rabid Game Fan. Got on my channel to watch you let stupid people. Stuck around because I seem like a great guy. Well, that's extremely kind, Rabid Game Fan. All right. Autocomplete emailed you the link because that's the most common text I send him. Invisible Chicken, glad you joined even though you should be working. Oh dear. And that would be great. What was it? I missed something. Oh, well, I think it will actually. So if he comes on, we'll ask him about the visitor thing. Yes, Toby, at this point, Celtic King would definitely say, I love AZ. No two ways about it. So he may or may not show up anytime from the next 30 seconds to 30 minutes because it's sometimes last minute complications come in and he might not show up at all, but he might be now-ish. Where it's just one of life's little mysteries that we have to wait and see how it plays out, I guess. So we'll see. We either get AZ or we don't. Either soon or later. Who knows? This is one of those things that we can juggle around, and it makes life interesting. So yeah. So there is that. Oh my God. Okay, I'm just running. Oh, Salumi and Safa popping in. Hello. Might be seeing AZ in a minute, I'm sure. You're excited for that? We all are. And fill in the gaps till AZ comes. I have finally watched this movie called The Hunt on the weekend. it got a bit of controversy before it was released because the synopsis is some elites hunt a bunch of rednecks for sport. And I think Trump was still president. Yeah, no, definitely Trump was still president uh, when this was made. And there was this controversy, people saying, "Oh, it's so disgusting that they say this thing about hunting Trump supporters," and I was going, "Oh, for God's sake, the just from that synopsis, I know the elites who hunt the rednecks are obviously the baddies. They're obviously the baddies." And I finally watched it on the weekend, and it was pretty funny. It was pretty funny. They had a lot of fun making fun of woker than woke white people who are actually arseholes. And they did have fun with a couple of redneck stereotypes as well, and conspiracy theory stereotypes. It was not bad. It was entertaining. There was some funny stuff in it. It was hyper violent. Like, they weren't messing about with the hunting people. They're like blowing people up and like shooting heads off and arrows and shit. So it's actually a really quite gory movie. But it was pretty funny and it was pretty entertaining. And yeah, they seem to have fun, like I said, taking the piss out of both conspiracy theory Trump lovers and terminally woke white people who are actually arseholes. Abigail, the movie is called The Hunt. Yeah, and I found it entertaining. It's not one of the greatest moments in cinema history, but it had some very funny stuff in it. And there was a fun twist, which I won't spoil. Abigail, you watched Brightburn. It was interesting. I didn't love Brightburn, but it was interesting. It had interesting stuff in it. For those who know, Brightburn can be summarized as, what if Superman, but when he hit puberty, he turned bad? Like, what if he just was like a horrible teenager with lethal superpowers? So yeah, I would agree with you, Abigail. Brightburn was interesting. I didn't love it, but it was interesting. Oh, and Safi, you bought some of those meat-free pies, and they're delicious. I haven't seen them. I did look for them next time I went in the supermarket after we were talking about them, and I didn't see them. And then I kind of forgot about them, and I haven't looked at them for a while. Yeah, Byron, Brightburn's not bad. It's worth watching. It's interesting. It's to me, it was kind of like the twist in the Marvel series Legion, where people start to get scared of someone because of their just unimaginable powers, and you're worried you can't stop them because of their powers, but you want to stop them because their powers scare you, but you maybe can't. That's AZ saying it's not working. Oh my God, no, that was him responding to 10 minutes ago. I texted him saying it was there. Okay, there might be a bit of a delay. Silumi, all the alternatives. Oh, yeah, okay. We're talking about the meat-free pies. I think they were like $4.20. Abigail, Safa, what brand are the pies? He did. Sorry, the random facts thing is really quite strange. Nomadland's already on Foxtel in Australia, which is surprisingly fast. But yes, I actually saw Nomadland late last year as a date night movie, and it's really good because it's a weird blend of documentary and drama. It's quite an interesting film. Okay, okay. So the meat-free pies are $4.20, and yes, I didn't see them when I looked for them. But hey, I'm probably going to the supermarket tomorrow. Okay, yes, Hickey Dick's saying goodbye. So this might be a good idea. Oh no, Kirsten can't find any peanuts in the shops. That is weird. That is actually weird. So Abigail, you reckon they do actually taste like meat? So it's probably textured vegetable protein. I remember good old TVP. Yeah, get it in packets and it'd be the dried out little pieces of bark, and then you soak it in water and it absorbs all the water, and it kind of looks like meat. Okay, they make it from jackfruit too as well, do they? Okay. Interesting. Right, well, I might remember to look again tomorrow. I'm probably going to the supermarket tomorrow, but we will see. So, yes, I've got to decide also what cocktail videos I'm going to make this week for next week. I think I know two. I'm going to make some more of this banana syrup with white sugar, and then make the rum old fashioned with the two different banana syrups and compare them. So cow hugging vegan, you heard about 4.20. You try them. But realistic meat substitutes weird you out. There was this Chinese restaurant in Sydney that's like I went to years ago when I lived in Sydney, like 30 years ago, 25 years ago. And it had some cheesy name like Mama Chu's vegetarian restaurant, but most of their menu was a Chinese vegetarian restaurant or vegetarian Chinese restaurant, whichever way you want to put it. And almost all of their dishes were attempting to look like meat. It was fascinating. Like there were ones that were meant to look like pork, ones that were meant to look like chicken. And it was fascinating that their whole menu was vegetarian, but they wanted it to look like meat. Toby, thanks for dropping by, man. Catch you later. Abigail, there was White Lotus restaurant used to be in Melbourne, had meat substitutes. 100% vegan, but you couldn't tell. And speaking of weird and used to be in Melbourne, it's Hazy.
Hello. Hello.
Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy.
Hello. Can
How's
you
it
hear
going?
me stuff?
Yes, you're all good.
I'm broadcasting to you from an outside broadcasting source, and often you'll get strange acoustics.
No, it sounds good.
Turn you up a bit so I can hear you.
All right, you got to hear me. That's true.
How's that?
That's good. That's good. Oh, there's a slight echo, but that's okay. Don't worry about it.
Right. The echo would be because there's very little furnishing in the room, and there's lots of hard surfaces. I shall show them to you. Look.
Okay.
And can we guess, ladies and gentlemen, where I've ended up?
No?
By the furniture.
Yeah.
I could even show you the things that got me here, but I think that would get you discontinued.
Yeah. We don't really want sort of graphic grossness that would get us kicked off YouTube.
Yeah, permaban.
Yeah. You can
not
describe
something.
them. People love it when you do graphic descriptions of things.
Oh,
so-
okay. Right. So, what you've got to imagine is looking down at one's leg, which is already a bit swollen from excessive. I'm not going to say moisture because moisture sounds kind of sexy and fun. There's no sexy and fun here. It's all fluid. It's all fluid. Right.
Oozing.
And they're all a bit big. And what's happened is there's 5-cent pieces. Instead of getting a band-aid on them and going away, like all good wounds do, grew to 50-cent pieces and beyond, and then grew into one another and started to break down the skin around them. Basically causing a double whammy of painful swollen legs and rotting skin. And they said in hospital, "You're not allowed to have that." And I went, "Oh," and they went, "No, you got to stay now." And I went, "Oh," and they went, "Yeah, no, you got to stay, and you got to have things done on you." And I said, it does actually hurt a lot because a bit of an adventure on my way to the hospital. Because I go to the doctor on Friday expecting to get test results. Now, Angry knows about this. I have been waiting for test results for a while about a thing that they found in my jaw. And it was basically, just straight out. They thought the cancer had come back. And they were a bit worried about it. And I was fucking shit scared about it. It was terrifying me because it's your jaw. It's a very high blood flow area. The potential for metastasis is massive. You're already in your bone. You're fucked basically. And anyway, they said we're not sure if it's a cancer or a cyst. And I'm going, can you just? And they went, well, no. And I went, can you just? And they go, well, no. Anyway, I'm on my way to the doctor on Friday to get this test result. And the fucking thing explodes in my mouth. And I'm going, that would be a cyst. And I hold this thing in my mouth on the bus until I get off the bus and I spit it into a bin and I'm going, oh, that's that done. And then I get down to the doctor and he says, oh, I don't like your legs. Come back on Monday, we'll dress them, come back on Monday and I'll check them out. I come back on Monday and checks them out and says, your legs are much worse. You've got to go to the hospital. And I go to the hospital and go, oh, I'm going to sit there for fucking 4 hours and get told to go fucking home. And I sit there for 6 hours because they were full. They were literally full. And they were turning people away. People were coming in with things that weren't, half their head off or, actual shit that was broken. And they were being told to go away. And I said, oh, I should go then. They said, oh, no, you've got to stay. Really? Yeah, it's got to be more important people than me. And they said, no, you're definitely staying. As soon as we get space for you, you're in. I go, oh, okay. And 6 hours later, they got space. And part of what had happened was that there was this guy. There's 3 guys actually, separate incidents, who decided to get really fucked up in the bath salts and fucking go everyone around them. And it was hilarious to watch. These guys who couldn't quite coordinate their own self and then slam their head into walls and that, try and punch nurses don't punch nurses. They've got friends who are security guards and police. I've seen more fucking police at this hospital over the last 2 days than I have in the whole of Melbourne in a week. At one point, this guy in the waiting area fucking just shut down the whole operation for like half an hour. They had like 8 guys on him, like fucking holding him down, cuffing him. And then one of the security guards turns around to the waiting area and says, ladies and gentlemen, can we give this gentleman a little bit of privacy as much as we can, please, in this difficult time? And so this guy's fucking going nuts. Like, he's fucking tearing shit up. He's like, breaking crap and hitting people. And the security guard goes, can we give him some privacy, please? And we're going, okay, yes, we can, sure. We'll look away from the guy who's potentially threatening. He ended up being in the cubicle next to me. And every time I needed something to happen, he happened. Then next day, he ended up in the room next to me. And every time I needed something to happen, he happened. And so something was happening with me, with my leaky legs, and the wall just went crunch, and shit came off the wall, right? And I'm going, fucking hell. And my nurse went, fucking hell. And she said, better go see what that's about. And so fucking people are coming from fucking everywhere. And then I see old mate, and he's like bouncing off the fucking corridor, fucking going nuts again. And then my fucking security and cops coming from everywhere, and they all dogpiling. And then the nurse said, fuck this, guys, it's got to be time for the brig, right? It's got to be. And I went, well, no, come on, guys. This is like 8 times now. It's got to be time for the brig. And I went, the brig, question mark. And I found out that your public hospitals, I didn't know it was just one, have a brig in them. And it's for the patients that are way too fucking rowdy to keep anywhere near other patients, because they represent danger to everyone around them. And their fucking cells. There's a dungeon in the hospital where they stick the fucking warped crazies. They're very well cared for. And the reason they don't like putting people in the brig is because it takes security staff away from the main duties, because they've got to be there all the time watching this individual fucking tear shit up, and so they don't like using it because it's like it's an enormous amount of resources. Now I'm going to have to pop in and out as people.
Yeah, for sure.
My mission now, of course, is to get someone to take me to the brig, because it's in the tunnel system. Now, everyone knows that hospitals have tunnel systems. Everyone knows that. But not many people know how fucking extensive they are. The tunnel system underneath St Vincent's has signposts. You know how they have those old-fashioned painted signposts. In the wars they'd had New York, Toledo, and they'd have different ways and how many million miles. They have those in St Vinny's with ED. Again, and they've also got a big green one with a sad face, looking worried, going way out and pointing. because these tunnels are just so extensive and so big. There's so many people down there, just like scurrying around and moving like fucking tons of fucking equipment. Just going shit.
Hey, speaking of people, sorry, I just want to really quickly, before I get, do you have any limitations on visitors at the moment?
No.
Oh, because Abigail and Annette both want to visit you tomorrow.
Well, they're allowed to.
Good. Might even find out what time, because I know it's Thursday. Okay, I'm going into the office on Thursday, and the office is virtually across the road from St. Vincent's, so I should be able to come and see you.
I'm not at St. Vinny's. I'm not at St. Vinny's.
Oh, you're not?
Oh,
where are you? Oh, you're at Royal Melbourne. Okay, Royal Melbourne.
I'm at Royal Melbourne.
Just you were saying St. Vincent.
Yeah, no, I was saying that because in Royal Melbourne's tunnels, they have different paintings on the tunnels, and the paintings honour great doctors and their fields of research. So radiology is that way, and fucking chemo's that way, and fucking orthopedics is that way, and machinery testing is that way. And you know this because of the paintings on the walls. And these junctions look like they were made by ants. It just literally looks like guys were like hacking through the fucking, the coal mines, and then came to a junction of a tunnel. And it's like, it's not like it was designed neatly with squares and, it was like, this big,
the hospital has been built on top of the home of some burrowing animals that are now extinct.
Yeah. Yes. There's an old ziggurat temple under there with fucking skulls and blood. And you just go, oh, that's where all the health comes from.
They still do the sacrifices down there.
Well,
to help the patients. Yeah.
They look at some of the patients and go, not going to make it. It's time for Quetzalcoatl to get another one. So I want to get to the brig in rural Melbourne and say hi to my man. His name's Greg.
Hey, Greg.
And he won't remember me. He will try and punch me, though.
Because that's just what Greg does.
The other thing is he punches people, but he's also very careful of his phone. So, because he'll drop his phone and then very carefully pick it up. And then when someone comes near him, he'll run out, dog. And I still to this day don't know how he got to the hospital. I think his mates must have just dropped him off and said, you're ODing and you're on bath salts and you're a fucking mess. And the first night, someone was having a psychotic episode and they were screaming all night, like all fucking night.
Yikes.
And the people in the waiting room were going, she's a bit loud and she's not shutting up, is she? And then a woman across from me who's knitting has gone, that's a he. And well, you know him. Nope. Just saw him when I put my husband into the cubicle. You don't like hanging there with him? No, they're cutting a piece of fencing out of him now, and they've asked for me to wait. And then she's knit pearl one, knit one. She's way more interested in her knitting than she is in her husband getting a piece of fence paling out of his fucking leg. And she's fucking completely unfazed. Right, I have sadly seen psychotic episodes before. And I had a
housemate. Yeah, a housemate from several weeks, if not months, of amphetamine abuse, and probably not having slept for a week, had finally went over the edge, and then the screaming started.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah.
And that had every hallmark. This one
Yeah.
had every hallmark of don't do meth, kids. Basically, because all these people in the waiting room going, why don't they just give him sedation and shut him up? I'm going, sedation's not going to do it, guys.
They've done that. They've been like shooting him with an elephant gun several times. He's like from some Saturday morning cartoon. He's got all these darts sticking out of him.
Exactly.
They're not going to go up and do an injection. They're just firing darts from across the room.
From the legally mandated 50 meters away.
Yeah.
Anyway, so this guy's just screaming and screaming and screaming, and I was having a really Schadenfreude moment because I wasn't in a good way, right? I was in a lot of pain. So I didn't tell you the other bit of my story. On my way to the hospital, I fell over. I was at the park near my place having a bit of a think before I went into the hospital, and I fell over because of my shitty motor skills, and I fell over in the rocks. And when I fell over in the rocks, I was hidden from view, and I fell over hard, like really hard. Actually, you can see my Popeye arm here. You can see how it's all swollen, different to this arm. This one's all swollen and got.
Ooh, that's a bit swollen. Ooh, look at that. Oh, that's a bit swollen.
Really nasty. And my knees look like that as well. And I went over really, really hard, and I lost consciousness for like an hour and a half. It was daylight when I went over, and when I woke up, it was raining nighttime. It was kind of fuck. And there's people up there all the time, right? So if anyone had seen me go over, they would have immediately helped me, but no one saw me. And then I sort of get up, and then there's people going, Jesus, you're all right, mate? I actually wouldn't mind a hand. So up I get, and they drag me back to my place, and I get an Uber to the hospital. But anyway, so I was in a lot of pain, and I knew that it was going to be hours and hours and hours and hours before I was going to get seen. And Shouty kept on being psychotic, and I could see the tension level of the waiting room rise and rise and rise and rise as people's fucking calm was being fucked with really badly.
Yeah,
and they were starting to not deal with it very well at all, until you started to get people saying, shut the fuck up, this was really getting on my nerves, and I'm just going, that's how it goes, and guess what, kids, there's another 8 hours of this to go. And what I didn't know was there was actually previously 4 hours of it.
Oh shit.
What happens is that your body literally runs out of energy. It literally collapses, and that's when they move in and they tie you down and they do as much treatment as they can before you wake up again, before the drugs kick in and take the chemicals back and kick in again. Anyway, so magically at 2 o'clock in the morning, half the waiting room got up and went, fuck this, I want to sleep in my own bed. Left. Fucking left. Right? And I'd seen like it before. I'd seen like a few people do this before, but not half a waiting room going, fuck this shit. And they got up and it was pissing down rain. Some of the hospital got flooded, and but people didn't give a shit. They just wanted out, and because the shouty guy was really getting on their nerves. Fuck it, they had Panadol at home. They'll deal with it until the morning.
Yeah.
And if it got really bad, they call an ambulance. You know what I mean? And ironically, today, shitload of ambulances. Just saying.
Just saying.
Anyway, they left, and then I'm thinking, well, I hate to be the one who benefits from this, but I'm getting in early, and I did at 2:30 because I've been there from 6:30. At 2:30, I was shown in and got told to put on a gown, and I went, "Oh, we're not doing the cursory examination." They looked at me and went, "No, put on a gown." And I did that, and then they took the dressings off, and doctors and nurses are taught not to go, like that. They're taught not to do that. They're taught to go, and this one doctor, she's gone, that's not right. Oh, that's not right at all. No, that's really bad. No, you're not going home. And so I said, I haven't seen that one yet. So I turned my leg right round to have a look, which hurts me, of course. And just at that moment, I saw it separate. You don't want to imagine wet, dead skin splitting, tearing, and then falling off like bits of wet rag, which is what happened. And when they were taking the dressings off, it was actually taking skin with it. And they were going, this is not good, dude. And I'm going, no. And so, yeah, the vascular surgeons don't know whether they're just going to treat it and send me home or whether they're going to hurry up and do the operation to take out my bad veins here and now. We'll know in a day or two. If it clears up, they'll just send me home. But if it doesn't, they'll go in this night. But yeah, Screamy gave me an early entry, which I was going, thanks, dude. But with Screamy, I got his friend, because Screamy stopped screaming. As soon as everyone looked off, he stopped screaming. He went to sleep. I'm going, yes. And he shut up for a good 3 hours, and then he woke up. Then it was on for young and old. And by that time, Greg was there. And he liked hitting and breaking things. And he delayed a lot of things. In fact, something that I'm looking for is being delayed right now.
Medication, I assume.
Well, what has to happen tonight is my dressing has to be redone. And it's going to hurt. And I want to be in a position to maximize my calm for when that happens. Myself and the nurse have been sort of organising the meds around when this is going to happen. We're on a timetable. And we're on a timetable because the pharmacy has fucked up the order and placement of the drugs. Also, the doctors didn't want to give me extra pain-killing stuff because I'm a terrible junkie. And there's two philosophies. The first philosophy is once a junkie, always a junkie. Don't give them any drugs ever. The second philosophy is if they're actually in pain, when they go home, they're not going to keep on using drugs if they've stopped using drugs. And recently that's been me anyway. So the other thing too is chronic pain's hard because you can't see it. But when you've
Yes.
got big, weeping, nasty, smelly sores and ulcers in your legs, they can see that and they can go, that would really fucking hurt. So currently, I'm in the warm glow of a goodly amount of meds, as you can see by my special eyes, and I am able to talk with you tonight. Yeah, so sorry I've been away for a while. It's been really tricky. It's been really tricky. There's been things going on that's been very difficult to deal with. And I have done my best to just soldier on, but I couldn't really come on to the live stream to say hi to everyone with the whole "I'm gonna die" face on. God, I was very fucking concerned.
Yes,
You
understandable.
you get a few freebies, right? You get a few freebies. I've had all and more of mine, right? I've had so many freebies that I don't get any more freebies, and then this is understood. You know, the next time I get a real bad scare, it's not going to be a scare. It's going to be we fucking mean it this time. You should see the fucking bacteria and viri we've got backed up in loading. You should fucking see the fucking 10-ton machine going to drop on you. Mate, we have them. Though I still reckon I'm going to die and find myself at a bar and there'll be death, pissed, drinking something suitably Mexican, and looking at me going, "Oh, you, who you want?" Well, I'm dead. I've got to go. Oh, now you want to go? Oh, so, fucking, are you ready? Are you? Oh, good. Well, fucking, maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm not this fucking time. Maybe you fuck me around enough, and maybe I'll fucking finish my drink first. But I'm at another 6 years. Fuck.
Yeah.
And I reckon he'd be just speaking in Spanish too to piss me off too. Or with a Spanish accent. Yo, punto fuego, fuego mundo. What you want, gringo? Fucking come here with you. And have a little bit of a little bit of Romanian with him too, just to have a little bit of aggression.
Yeah.
You're fucking ones, nothing. You're nothing. You're a fucking life and a fucking death. Yeah, not drink for you. Not drink for you. You're dead.
Yeah.
Hey?
We did that sketch years ago at the studio in Yarraville because they had the white room, and we thought it looked like.
Right.
Yeah, I was playing the person greeting you in the afterlife and going through all the questions, and you eventually faded away and go, "Oh, good, he's done it again. I'm not sick of this yet."
That's right. That's right. Yeah. Yes. And it's all full of me trying to
justify
explain away why I should perhaps be let through, and not just sent immediately, screaming downward. I remember having jokes with my mates at high school about meeting St. Peter.
Yes.
And what we would say. What would you say to St. Peter, who has the big book and the bell? So Peter has in Catholic Apocrypha a book and a bell, and he has a reading stick, like the Jewish have them. They're like a little silver or gold stick with a like a pointer, an index finger pointer, where you read the words and you drag it across the parchment so that you don't touch the book and soil the book. And you still see them at bar mitzvahs and Jewish holy ceremonies where they read, with this stick. It's a beautiful looking tool. And anyway, St. Peter has the stick of the book, at the bell, and if you're good, he points with the stick at the pearly gates and away you go. And if you're bad, he rings the bell and you either get dragged off or you walk away. Talking to my friends at high school, it was, how would you, what would you say? And one of my mates, we'd all come up with our shit, to say to St. Peter, fucking let me in because I've done this and I've done that. And, I wasn't that bad. One of our mates said, fucking, I don't know why you guys bother. St. Peter knows. He fucking knows. And he knows we're all going to fucking show up together. We're going to fucking turn up and go, the combi did roll over, didn't it? Yes, really fucking did roll over. So this is that time, isn't it? Yes, this is that time. There's Sir Peter. Pete, mate. Guys, mate. And we're going, sweet, we're in here. He says, no. Ding, 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 ding. And it would be just, he wouldn't even fucking open the book, which would piss me off. I would fucking arc up. Open the book. Open the fucking book. Why? I don't have to. I don't have to open the book, Hazy. I don't have to open the book. I know what you've done. Fucking, it's legendary what you've fucking done. It's fucking most of this book is you.
Shannon just came on. Grasshopper. AIDSy's in hospital. But I actually found Alexander wanted a link to the video I was talking about. I actually found it. I could play it now.
Yeah.
It's only 4 minutes.
Yeah, go for it.
So I'll play it. See if I get it. You'll just have to tell me if I've managed to get the fucking audio to play as well.
Okay.
So it's called The Afterlife, What Really Happens. So we're in this white void, and there's AT.
Where am I?
Is the audio working?
Hello. Where am I?
I think you know you've been here before.
Oh, it's Centrelink.
A little bit.
No, not today.
It's hard.
Yeah, we're a bit more unforgiving than Centrelink. Most of the time, I only see people once.
Oh, it's rough saving in line.
And yet, how many times have I seen you now? What are we, 5 now? We trying to set some sort of record?
Oh, am I dead again?
Bingo! You're dead. And it's my job to get things ready for you again. Do you know how many times I've made up your room and then you're just not there?
Well, 5 times.
Exactly, right? And I don't want to do it again. You had better be sticking around this time.
I wasn't trying to do nothing. I was just walking on the footpath and then a truck came. We were playing a game of truck, concrete, patient. And it's weird because the patient gets to fold the truck, but only after you've been run over. It's such a rip-off.
Yes, that seems to be more or less what happened, except in a slightly more stupid way. So you're here now, your room is ready. Some people have a job to do and don't like it when their work is disrespected.
You're not really angry, are you? You're really someone like Peter, aren't you?
We thought if I appeared in the form of someone you were familiar with, you'd feel more relaxed.
No, angry was driving the truck.
Oh, yeah.
Very disturbing. I was on the footpath and everything. I was doing what the cat says. Look to your left and look to your right. Then you grab the hand of an adult, who was in this case a nurse and a paramedic, and walk straight across the road. Don't run, walk straight, a splash. And then I was here, and I think the nurse was trying to pull me out because it was ow, ow. And there was a truck on me, and now I'm here. And now you're giving it, oh, you've got to go to the room. You can't just go because it's not like it's a revolving door or nothing there and there. And I've had a difficult day.
Oh, you are kidding. He's done it again. I hate that guy so much.
I'm not a good lip reader, but I
Very
can
good.
tell I finished that saying I hate that guy so much.
Fucking how young were we? Jesus.
That's like
Christ.
10 years ago. That's
Oh my
10 years
God.
ago.
I
10
was-
years makes a fucking difference, man.
Oh, doesn't it though? Fuck me drunk. I got weighed when I came in, and
Yeah.
you know that I've been trying to lose some weight
Yeah.
because it doesn't help. Anyway, I was stoked because I'm 108 kilos, which means I'm under the 110. Because I was pushing 120 when I started this journey, and it was not working for me. No, I cracked 120. It was like 122, 124, and so 108's better. But if I can get down to like 80, 90. Then I'll be laughing. And I'll be able to wear my pants again. The only pants that fit me tore, and I had to go and buy new pants. And I had these old pants, and I said to boss of the house, "Hey, boss of the house, can you fix these?" And he said, No, there's nothing to sew them onto. They're just big holes with holes. And I went, "So there's been holes in them for a while?" And he said, "No, you just made a massive fucking hole." And I went, "Oh, great, thanks. Good. So yes.
Yeah.
We were a lot younger. I think our moisturising routine.
Yeah.
No, it's not moisturising. It's moisturisation. Because remember when moisturising turned into moisturisation?
Not really, but anyway. That's actually, it's not quite 10 years ago. That's actually only about 7 years ago, but still.
Really?
That's a long time.
That's a long fucking time.
Also, yes, I look much older. Look, hair is, it's easy to lie with hair. I stopped coloring my hair. If I colored it again, my hair would have been almost this gray 7 years ago, but I was coloring it.
Yeah.
If I colored it again, then I'd be thinking, oh, dude, like when you get out, I should get you some of these meal replacement bars that I've been eating because oh my God, I put on so much weight over COVID. Like I was pushing like 225, and I'm down to, after like 2.5 months on these things, I'm down to 112. So work on it. But yeah, I should get you some of when you're home. I should get you some of these meal replacement bars because they not only work, they actually taste quite good. So
cool.
especially the chocolate ones, it feels like a treat. It's like I'm having just a chocolate bar for breakfast.
Yeah.
I'm just having a choc fudge bar for breakfast, and it's good for me. It's just like,
that's what being an adult's all about. If I want freaking Fruit Loops for a midnight snack, I can do it.
yeah, absolutely.
Well, I'm gonna bail.
Yep, very cool, man.
Because
Nice to see you.
It's sorry.
I said it's nice to see you.
It's very nice to see you, and it's very nice to see you guys. I'm sorry I've been away for so long. and I will attempt to be present more often, and I will attempt to be more. Well, I'll attempt to be less in hospital, but we'll just do that as we go.
Yeah.
Um,
So Abigail and Annette are probably both going to visit you tomorrow.
That's nice. It's really nice.
It is, isn't it? They're very nice people.
Yeah. It's very nice. I really appreciate that. In fact, there's two particular after parties that Dr. Abigail, I think Annette was there, and I know Charlie was there, that have seen me through some very dark times. Shannon will know what I'm talking about. Anyway, you have a really top night. Love you all, and I'll see you later.
All right, see you later, man. That's all right. So, surprise visit from Aidsy tonight. That was fun. Byron, you do the protein fudge bars. Have one for breakfast. No desire to eat anything for dinner. Well, they're not so much a protein bar. They're an very, very low calorie diet thing, and they're good. Shannon, Aidsy is in hospital mainly because there's some gross things on his leg that he's probably going to need surgery for. Yeah. Oh yeah, choking on ash was also the convenience at the meal replacements. I think even if I hit my weight loss target, which is going to take like 6 months, I envision having at least one meal replacement a day just for the convenience. You get either bars or shakes or soup or dessert. They're all good. Raiders, hello. Good evening to you. Okay, Megaleech. This is the best stuff. Okay. Optifast. Actually, the CSIRO are behind a different brand of shakes, but they're only shakes. Optifast do shakes, bars, desserts, and soup. Now, okay, the breakdown. They're like just under 1,000 kilojoules in one bar. And so 7.6 grams of fat, 22.34 grams carbs, 6.7 grams fiber, salt, vitamin A. Jesus, I don't think there's any fucking sugar in them. Thiamine, niacin, biotin. They stack them full of vitamins and minerals. Doesn't seem to have sugar in it. It's got lactose in it. But yes, one of these is just under 1,000 kilograms. 1,000 kilograms, 1,000 kilojoules. One bar is just under 1,000 kilojoules. 27% protein, 10% fat. I'm assuming these are percentages. 33% carbohydrate. There we go. Yeah. 18% sugar. So there's like 7 grams of sugar in one of these bars. 7 grams of sugar, which is that a 10? That's so fucking small. I need more light for my old eyes. 11 grams of sugar per 100 grams. So one bar has 7.5 grams of sugar. So this is called the process is called a very low calorie diet. Night Salumi, thanks for dropping in. And Stella dropped in to say hi. Lovely of you to drop in to say hello. Hi. Yeah, so they're 11% sugar. And overall just under 1,000 calories. Not calories, kilojoules. 233 kilojoules in a bar. So the bars are less than 100 grams. 420 grams. Oh, 70. Okay, the bars are 70 grams each. It's super fucking weird. It is super fucking weird how filling they are, actually. Because it doesn't seem right. It's just like, it's only this big. And that's a whole meal, right? You don't have any. Oh, you can have veggies. You can, I think the theory is they tell you what you can have, but you can have like as much veggies as you want because veggies are so low calorie. But that's a whole meal. That is a whole meal. It's wild how well they work. So yeah, like in 2.5 months, I've lost 12 kilograms. Does it melt? I have heard that Mrs. Angry goes on Facebook groups of people who are doing it and see their stories. I've heard that that's apparently yummy if you microwave it for 10 seconds. It warms it up and it apparently makes it like a dessert. It's really yummy. I haven't tried that. Is it an Aussie company? I don't know. It's Nestle. This is produced by Nestle, who are an evil global company, actually. And I don't think it's hyperbole to call Nestle evil, actually. So I'm giving money to an evil company. But fucking late stage capitalism doesn't allow for ethical consumption. If you're buying anything, you're giving money to an evil company. Choking on ashes, you may find, Mrs. Angry was telling me something, and I think it's in England and the US, that you can only get these through a doctor. That may be the case. Yes, you agree, choking on ashes. Nestle's evil, no ethical consumption under... It's impossible. It's ethical consumption. And by which I mean existing in late stage capitalism is impossible. It's just not possible. This is a clarified cosmopolitan. I'm just going to... I haven't had a proper taste of this. I just made this yesterday. Just look at my stopper. Is that like black fungus that's going to kill me? No, it's like a permanent stain on the stopper that's not coming off. And it's possibly black fungus that's going to kill me. So look out. Okay, it hasn't chilled yet. Let it chill. Things always taste better cold. Shieldsy, if I give you money, you'll just tell me I look good and skinny. Well, that's good. No, but even just for myself, like particularly my fucking knees, but just my general health. I need to lose weight for my general health. One becomes a gentleman of a certain age, and one thinks, I've got to take a little bit of action here. Yes, it does have the magical clear ice in it. I just need the magical clear ice to do its work and chill the drink a little. Because it's always better cold. Oh, nice. Choking on ashes. Second vaccine on Thursday. I got my flu vaccination today. Just normal flu. So now I have to wait 2 weeks to get a COVID vaccination. So, yeah. There'll be a reason to go into the city. I'll go into one of the bulk vaccination centers in the it'll be a day in the office instead of being a day at home. Might do it the same day that Mrs. Angry is going into her office. So That's so much. Oh, so Invisible Chicken. The hot tauntaun was good, but burning your fingers less so. Yeah, that looked like a fun sort of hot toddy. Okay, Safi, you're getting a flu shot on Thursday. Nice. Oh, and that had a first taste of Haig's chocolate. Is that like first taste of Haig's chocolate tonight, or the first taste of Haig's chocolate ever? No, she had, this is it for the night. Last drink for the night. I'm trying to think if it's Haig's who do one of my favorite chocolates. I think it's Haig's. Chocolats. With over 200 chocolates, there's something for everyone. Boxed confectionery, cabinet chocolates, novelties. I think they call it a white chocolate truffle. Cabinet chocolates. Oh, the white lemon truffle from Haig's. The white lemon truffle from Haig's is possibly the most incredible chocolate I've eaten in my entire life. It might be hard to really nail it down, but I honestly think the Haig white Optifast. This stream sponsored by Optifast would run a mile for me. I don't want to sponsor me. That's weird. Oh, Annette, you went to Haig's to buy a Mother's Day Prezi. Nice. Okay, so Twitch is being weird. That's fine. But Jinx Megalech, yes. So yes, it's made by Nestle. Yeah, I'm choking on ashes. I'm sure Mrs. Angry was saying she looked something up. And in the UK, you might have to get it from a doctor, which I find a bit weird because they just sell it over the counter in chemists here. But there are competing brands. There's a cheeky one called Opti Slim, which is not as good. It doesn't taste as good. And Optifast has more research. As much as Nestle is an evil fucking company, there is actual research behind this one. And like I said, I've been 2.5 months, lost about 12 kilos, which is nice. My goal is I'm going to see a specialist in 2 weeks to get the results of my sleep study. And my goal is to be under 110 when I see him. Because previously when I saw him, we did a weigh-in, I'm like 125. And that was a couple months ago, I guess. And I want to go in and he says, oh, and then so your weight is like, I want to be able to say it's under 110. It says in my chart you're 125. Go, that was then, bucko. That was then. This is now. And it was actually him who pushed me over the edge into doing. He's going like, yeah, no, dude. Because another complication of the weight gain is the sleep apnea that I'm having a problem with, which is why I went in and had the sleep study. And losing weight will help with that too. So I want to go in and say, see, it worked. You told me to do the meal replacements. I've been doing the meal replacements. So, like, for instance, today I had 2. When I went in, I went a bit decadent when I went to Chadstone to a shopping mall to get my flu vax today. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to the food hall. I'm getting a burger for lunch. So I had one of these for breakfast, and I had one of the desserts for dinner. Oh, nice. Invisible Chicken, you had an OC therapist assessment today. Might get support soon. That would be good. that would be excellent. Because I know how difficult, not firsthand, but probably, we're hanging around AIDS for all this time with these chronic health things. Getting proper care is really fucking difficult, and it shouldn't be, but it is. So I'm getting bored. You know what? I don't know if this dickhead knows I know or something, but throw back to the start of the stream with the dickhead troll who I'm going to ban next time he shows up. Does anyone want to watch how stupid his video was, where he's trying to rip on me, but I honestly think he just makes himself look bad. But it's what I want to show him before I ban him. Oh, nice. Lee, you're going to go back to study at Uni SA. Nice. Abigail, he was here all the time. I don't know why he isn't. I don't know if it's coincidence that he's not here tonight or whatever, or if he was, he might have been in the stream when Matt said, "Hey, there's this fucking loony who's got these obsessive videos about you," and he might have known. Okay, you want to show it? Want to show it? I'm going to show it. I'm going to show it. So I've got it teed up. So I'm going to. There's about 30 seconds lead in with him saying how much he hates me and how horrible, and then he shows video which I honestly don't think shows what he claims it shows. But you'll see I use his screen name multiple times, and so I know who it is now. And he's going to. Okay, so I will. I'm just going to share it. It'd be funny if he comes in while I'm playing it, actually. But I'm going to share the screen, my Chrome tab, share the audio. 3 calls me a bully. And it's share. Okay, I'll see you later, Byron. Right. So full screen. And
Guys, it's been a long time since I've done a video or segment on this fucking idiot.
Someone just tell me if the audio is working.
Yeah, it's basically, this one's quite a funny one. I had a live stream with this guy, or went on his live stream about 2 weeks ago, and he lost his shit when I basically talked about his bald head. So it's fucking hilarious how online bully kind of really loses their shit when you give it back to them. But yeah, this is him losing his shit about his fucking bald head. What a fuckhead.
Locust Trooper, I don't know if you want to make cunt comments about my hair, then go for it. I don't know what reaction you expect to making cunty comments like that, but you know, you do you. Kid there. Locust Trooper, you are not being nice. That is a cunt comment, okay? If your social cues are that bad, you need to be told that. I'm telling you, that's a cunt comment, okay? And that's something you need to realize. Locust Trooper, I'm perfectly calm. I'm just telling you that's a cunt comment, and you're not going to get any reply apart from you're a cunt saying things like that, okay? This is me calm. It's as simple as that. So you make cunt comments, I'm going to tell you you're being a cunt, okay? It's that fucking simple. So that video is titled that this bully angry Aussie getting sensitive and cries about his bald hair, which is weird. Yes, the old fridge. It's the old fridge. It's weird on a number of levels. It's just odd. It's very odd. Kirsten, you remember the stream. Yeah. It's just weird that he says that's me getting sort of angry and bullying and losing it. And I'm just being calm, just sort of pointing out, not gonna engage with his bullshit. Yes, Abigail. I don't remember crying either, but I do remember him cracking the shits. Yes. Oh, do I look thinner now? Well, I am 12 kilograms thinner. So that's another thing. I'm 12 kilograms thinner than I was in that video. So the change has been gradual on the streams, but that's a sudden thing. Oh, Choke on Ashes. Oh god, I just showed the video of and the secret is it's the guy who does the screen name Locust Trooper. That was a thing. It was like 5 months ago where he almost tipped his hand that his only reason for coming into the streams was to be a troll and to try and start shit. Yeah, Shieldsy looking older. Well, I've already showed you the one from 7 years ago. If I was worried about sudden contrasts and looking older, I wouldn't have showed the video from 7 years ago. Oh no, Choke on Ashes, your YouTube dropped out. Yeah, so yeah, if he pops up again, I'm gonna tell him just before I ban him, like, fuck off. This is for your good, you sad bastard. You need to get a fucking life. I know, except I know he's just so fucking pathetic. He's going to set up other accounts, but he's one of those guys who thinks he's smart. Jesus, he's so not though. And it also makes sense. I don't know if anyone else remembers. He was always talking about. Well, see, Shieldsy, I actually need him to be in the stream to be sure I ban the right account. I don't know if anyone remembers. He was always talking about making millions of dollars with his business doing 3D printing. And Megaleech messaged me months ago saying, I tried to follow what he was saying about his account where he makes things and makes millions of dollars, and it's not real. And I was like, oh, I know it's not real. I'm just humoring him. In retrospect, seeing like he's been doing all this ridiculous shit trying to get something dramatic out of me, I'm almost sure the thing with saying he was making millions of dollars, he wanted me to ask him for money. I think at one point he was insisting on buying a computer for me, and I said, no, I don't need you to buy a computer for me. Give money to someone who needs it. I am pretty much certain that that whole ridiculous bullshit about him making millions of dollars from 3D printing is he thought I'd ask him for money, and then he'd go, oh, Angry Auntie's the fucking sponge, they ask for money. But I have no need of anyone's money. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that whole obvious ridiculous lies about. That's right, Megaleech. He said he was going to send me a Mac, selling Ryzen CPUs and making millions. Yeah, I'm sure that whole ridiculous obvious bullshit was he thought I'd ask him for money or something. And I kept saying, no, don't send me money. Don't send me a Mac. I have no need of your money. But I think that was he was going to do with this huge gotcha of, it's just a greedy fucking shit. Safa, no, he's not American. He actually lives in Melbourne, I'm reasonably sure. He's definitely Australian. But I think he actually lives in Melbourne. Although I'm not completely sure. But it's very hard to tell with him where is the boundary between he's making stuff up to try and create drama or create a scene, or where he's actually freakishly delusional, because he says stuff on, like, because he was the one who had all these, he was in the chat one time with fake Friendly Geordie's account and fake Isaac Butterfield account, and I said at the time, I know who's doing that, and if you don't stop, I'll ban the one that you regularly chat under. And he stopped doing it. But I don't know, and because he uses those fake accounts to comment on his own videos, and I don't know to what degree he's just doing that to try and generate attention and fake drama and whatnot. And I don't know to what degree he's actually fucking delusional. Like, he does this stuff on his channel talking about how Friendly Geordies contacts him personally, which is clearly not true. Yeah, so I don't know where on the spectrum of poor mental health this dude is, but he's definitely got issues. He's definitely got it. And so if and when he pops up again, I'm just banning him, because finding out this about this channel, that was the final piece of the puzzle. Like, I knew he was just talking shit the whole time, and I didn't really know why. I didn't know what his end game was, and his end game was he's a weird, obsessive little freak who was trying to generate controversy to do bullshit videos on his YouTube channel. And like I said, banning him when he pops up isn't going to work, because he's the sort of weird, fucked up idiot who's just going to make more fake accounts. And but now I know beyond any doubt what his motivation is. When the obvious fake accounts pop up, I'll just block them again. Choking on Ashes, I don't think he has videos under Locust Trooper. It's funny because there was a channel called Locust Trooper years ago that was, like a fan of mine. He even did a musical remix of one of my videos that was actually quite good. But he did something. See, people do things and I say, fuck off. He did something that made me block him. And he got really fucking loopy obsessive about the fact that I blocked him and fucking lost his shit. So, but I know this guy, when he started coming into the chat, he kept coming up with all these fake names. And when I saw the name Locust Trooper, which I recognized, I wasn't sure if it was this guy, but it's not relevant. It's just a weird fucking obsessive weirdo. But yes, I don't know to what degree the fantasies he makes up, he's conscious that they're completely false and he's just coming up with them in a desperate attempt to get attention. And I don't know to what degree he's actually buying into his own lies. People like that, you can never tell. You can never tell if they know they're a fantasist, or if they are such a fantasist, they start believing the things they make up themselves. Like I said, I don't know where he is on the spectrum of mental health problems, but it's not great. He's a fucking weirdo. And for his own good, I'm just going to block him from now on. And you'll probably keep trying to come up with other fucking fake accounts, but he's kind of obvious. So from now on, whenever I basically suspect someone who pops up in chat, I'm just going to ban them, because I think it's this fucking lunatic again. Shields, you just had a look. He was doing it for 2 years. I know. It's weird. It's weird and obsessive. It's absolutely fucking weird and obsessive. Something's not as to paraphrase Hank Hill, King of the Hill, something's not right with that boy. I just hope he takes the hint and it's like, dude, I didn't take your bait all those months and now I know beyond doubt what your end game is. You're blocked. Fuck off. Abigail's definitely sexual. It's absolutely sexual. Who wouldn't want some of this, eh? Yeah. So, Raiders, is it a teenager? I don't know. Emotionally and mentally, I think so. As to the actual age of this person, who knows? Some people just have this arrested development shit going on. Kennedy, you reckon it's a condition known as pseudologica fantastica? Like I said, I have no idea how much he believes his own fantasy, because the way YouTube works, people often deliberately falsely construct narratives to try and get attention. But there are some people who end up believing the narratives that they falsely constructed himself. So I don't know to what degree he's a fantasist. Like, he may be completely conscious that none of this stuff he's saying is true, or he may just have that disconnect from reality that makes him think he's saying things that are true. It's impossible to know. And I don't really like to pathologize people, but this guy is fucking nuts. Sticking his dick in peanut butter. He's fucking nuts. So, yeah. Raiders, you reckon Deer Park's a fertile green ground for nut butter? I used to live out that way. You're right. Yes, Lean, also known as pathological lying. Yeah, no, he's a fucking unit is what he is. And yeah, like, I was always wondering what his end game was, and now I know. So it's like, cool, now I know. You're just fucking blocked, dude. Go the fuck away. So yeah, fare thee well, one and all. It's night time. It's bedtime, I should say. I'm going to go to bed. So I won't be on tomorrow night. Be watching 6 Feet Under again with Mrs. Angry. We're working our way through season 2 of 6 Feet Under. But I'll probably be back on Thursday night. And we'll take it as it comes. And you all look after yourself, one and all. See you again another time. Until then, we'll say